Hello traders, you're welcome to this video and I especially welcome you back to the Forex Geek channel. Now in this video, we are just going to be looking at an intriguing indicator on TradingView and specifically it is a future predicting indicator. Yeah, an indicator that can predict the future, right? Whether it predicts it 100% accurately or not, well, there are traders who make use of this indicator that predicts the future, or at least attempts to predict the future. Now, the particular future predicting indicator we're going to be looking at is the VOS. Yeah, I'm just having to check it again. The VOS predictor, right? The VOS predictor is the particular indicator we're going to be looking at. But before we get started, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on the best trading strategies and indicators. All right. Now, what is this future predicting indicator? This indicator is a technical tool that studies historical price patterns and uses them to forecast future trends. All right. So it is based on the idea that history repeats itself. Okay. History repeats itself, especially in the market where traders react to similar patterns in predictable ways. All right. So instead of waiting for confirmation signals, this indicator gives traders a head start by highlighting potential price zones before the market reaches them. Okay? But in this sense, we can see that what this indicator does is that based on historical patterns, based on its analysis, the indicator lets you know if an ongoing trend is strong, and if you could possibly have a continuation of that pattern. If you look closely at this indicator, you're going to see that the indicator comprises of several components, right? You can see the line, this line that changes from green to red, and you can see this white line as well, and you can see the dots, right? The dots that changes color and it changes shades, both the shades and the color, right? So you can see that there are different shades of red and there are different shades of green. Okay, so now when we have a prevailing trend, right? When we have a prevailing trend in the market, the indicator can predict if that particular trend is going to continue. Now, at this point, when you have the green line displaying, of course, when the indicator is above the circles and you have the green line displaying, it shows that a buy move is prevailing. Okay, but if at any point the red line appears, even if a bearish move has not yet started, the indicator is already predicting that a sell move is underway, all right, or a sell move is incoming. For example, we can see that here, when this red line appeared, you can see that we still had a consolidation, right? We were still, the price was still in a consolidation phase, right? As you can see, this was where the red line appeared, somewhere here. And that was when this particular dot got thicker, right? The red circle got darker and this red line appeared. So it showed that a sell move was incoming. We had a consolidation. So it predicted that a possible bearish breakout was underway, right? So what you have to be looking out for is the red line appearing and the shade of the red getting darker, all right, signaling a potential bearish move ahead, right? Or on the other hand, when you have the Let's look for a very good example. When you have the green line appear, right? When you have the green line appear and you have the green circles getting lighter, it shows that a potential, bullish move is ahead. Now you're going to see that at this particular point, the green dots were dark here. The green dots were dark. In as much as we had a bearish move, you can see we actually had a breakout from this point. We had a breakout from this point, and at this point, the dots were just changing from red to green, but it was still dark. But over time, the shade was getting lighter. So as it gets lighter, it shows that the bullish move is likely getting stronger. So you're going to be looking at, if you're using the Voss predictor, you're going to be looking at the shade of the green and the shade of the red. So if the shade of the green is getting lighter, so we're looking out for significant bullish moves, right? So you want to enter a buy position if you get a confirmation, and then set your stop loss below the previous swing low, and then your take profit can actually be at the nearest resistance zones, right? Or you can be watching out for when a red dot appears. You can see here a red dot appears, so you can just exit your buy after that, right? But if you want to enter a sell trade, you should wait for not just the red dot to appear, but also the red dot and the red line, right? And remember, the red line should also coincide with a dark shade of red. Okay, it seems like we had quite an extensive consolidation around here, so this was not exactly a very good place to trade. All right, but let's just move forward. Okay, so like I said, the red line should consolidate, so it should coincide with a dark shade of red. So you can see that here we had a red line, and you can see that we had dark shades of red. So this was a good opportunity to enter a sell, because the indicator was already predicting a significant sell move, in as much as this was still a consolidation phase, but the indicator already started predicting that the sell will happen. You can see right from this point. So if you had entered a sell, then of course you can set your stop loss above the previous swing high. Of course, after you get your confirmation, before you can enter your sell, and then you can set your take profit around support zones, right? So your sell signal is when you have the red line coinciding with dark